You having trouble sleeping again? Yeah. 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 I think Lucy's coming over to help tuck you in as well. You want Lucy? You want Lucy to come tuck you in too? Well, Lucy's right here. Yeah. Lucy will protect you. That's what she does. That's her job. She's such a good goose, isn't she? Isn't Lucy the best dog ever? Yeah. Do you love Lucy? Me too. I love Lucy too. Not as much as you. I love you more. But I love Lucy very, very much. Yeah. So, what's going on tonight? Why you can't sleep? Oh. You're having bad dreams, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I know that happens to all of us sometimes, I know. Yeah, if your mom or your dad, if we get stressed about work or things, we can get our minds will race and we'll be sitting there wondering, what are we gonna do about tomorrow? And oh no, and how are we gonna get this done and that done and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it happens to your mom and I quite a bit actually. Yeah, it's weird because it seems to really ramp up as soon as we're trying to go to sleep. That happens to you too? Yeah. Yeah, as soon as you try to go to sleep, all of a sudden your brain's like spinning around. Yeah. No, it happens to all of us. Do you have your water? Yeah. You want a sip of Daddy's water? You can have a sip of Daddy's water. 2 hands. Mm-hmm. 2 hands. That's right. Good. And there you go. Good job. Okay. Yeah, it's cold. Yeah, Daddy likes ice water. You don't like it so cold? Well, that's okay. You don't have to. So what's on your mind right now? School. Yeah. What are you working on? Oh, wow. You got a book report due. Cool. Did I know about this? I knew about this, didn't I? Yeah. I had to know about this. Did your mom know about this book report? Okay. Well, what book are you reading? Oh. Wow. That's a good book. Yeah, I love the Chronicles of Narnia. Well, I've read you most of the Chronicles of Narnia. You know how much Dad loves the Chronicles of Narnia. Yeah. Which book are you writing your book report on? The Horse and His Boy. I love that story of the horse and his boy. It's one of my favorites, and it's kind of an unsung beauty. It's an unsung gem. Yeah. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe gets all the credit for some reason. I don't know why. It's very good. I love The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. But Prince Caspian and the Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Oh, come on. The Last Battle. That's a great one, too. Yeah, they're all good. The Magician's Nephew. Yep. That one's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm a fan of, like all of them. Yeah. The Silver Chair. Yep. Love it. Yeah, I'll have to read those again. Well, what can we do to help you fall into a nice, deep, relaxing, peaceful sleep? Want me to read you a story? Okay. Yeah, I can read you a story. Sure. Sure I can, yeah. Let's see, what's on Daddy's Kindle right now? What if I read you? Ooh. Have I read you Jacques and the Magic Beanstalk? Yeah, this is a little more, I don't know, this is kind of grown up. I don't know. But I think if you like the Chronicles of Narnia, I think you'll enjoy this one a lot too. Yeah, this is by G.F. Gustav and Corey Fox. Jacques and the Magic Beanstalk. Yeah, well, I think this is it's based on the classic fairy tale Jack and the Beanstalk, but this is the story of Jack's family. Yeah, so Jack's all grown up now, and he's gone off to work in the big city, and he's left his children, Jacques and his sister, and his younger brother, which is a baby, Jules, and they are about to have their own adventure up the beanstalk. Yeah. You want to hear it? Okay. Let me get a little bit more water. Oh, did you want Mr. Mittens? Yeah, you want Mr. Mittens? Okay, let me grab Mr. Mittens. Come here, Mr. Mittens.
Oh my gosh, why are you still awake? You should definitely be in bed right now.
I know, Mr. Mittens. Can you believe that they're awake again?
No, it's crazy. Shh, 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 shh. You should definitely be asleep. Shh. But don't worry, Daddy's gonna read us a story.
Yeah, Daddy's gonna read you a story. So, here's Mr. Mittens. Hold him tight. Okay, there you go. Alright. Did you know that Mommy made you Mr. Mittens? I know Mommy made you Mr. Mittens. Can you believe that? Mommy's so talented. It's crazy. I know. Mr. Mittens. Hello. Hello. Okay, sorry. You can have Mr. Mittens. Here you go. Here's Mr. Mittens. Mwah. And there we go. Okay. All right. So, Chapter 1 of Jacques and the Amazing Beanstalk. Excuse me, Jacques and the Magic. You want some more water? The Magic Beanstalk. Okay. Two hands. And drink. And there we go. Okay. You good? All right. Okie dokie. Okay. Jacques and the Magic Beanstalk, a fairy tale by G.F. Gustav and Corey Fox. Chapter 1. Beans for a Cow. Once upon a time, there lived a woman named Gertrude Grundy and her 3 small children, Jacques, Juliet, and 3-year-old Jules. They lived on a small English farm many miles from the nearest town. They were suffering from a severe drought. Do you know what a drought is? Yeah, it means it didn't rain, right? They didn't have any rain for a long time. Their cow, Bessie, was their only farm animal. Poor Bessie was so skinny you could count her ribs. And as you probably know, starving cows produce no milk. Jacques, being a typical 14-year-old, didn't like farm work. He liked to take long walks and dreamed of climbing high mountains, mountains so high they pierced the clouds. Sometimes he lay in the field and pretended the clouds were mountains with deep valleys and huge glaciers. Sometimes he imagined other shapes. One day, he thought he caught a glimpse of a man who looked a lot like his father. Jacques felt sad because he missed his father terribly. Their mother was always yelling at their father, and she finally sent him away to work in the city to support them. That had been 3 years ago. That had been a year ago. Father sent them money every month, but it wasn't enough, and Gertrude Grundy never let them forget it. Jacques thought they were lucky their father sent them any money at all, but he never said anything. He didn't want to get beaten with a leather belt. Yeah, back in the day, a lot of parents used to hit their kids. Yeah, not so much anymore. It's pretty frowned upon nowadays. Yeah, we've learned that there are better ways of dealing out rule enforcement. Yeah, but back then, back in the day, yeah, a lot of kids got beaten by their parents. I know. On this particular day, Jacques was gazing up at the clouds. He imagined he saw a centaur. You know what a centaur is? It's half man and half horse. A ghost and an old man. Then he thought he saw one of the darker gray clouds move. The cloud seemed to move again, and he thought he saw a giant. He felt certain it must be his imagination, but it looked so real, it sent shivers down his spine. Just then, a family of field mice showed up. Jacques had a way with animals. He talked to them and fed them a few grains of wheat, which he found in his tattered trousers. When Jacques returned to his shabby little house, his mother added,
"Where have you been, you lazy louse?"
Jacques didn't reply. Arguing with his mother had always been a bad idea. She told him they needed to sell the cow. Sell Bessie? Jacques couldn't believe it, but there was no point in arguing about it. Once his mother made up her mind, there would be no turning back.
"No,"
said Juliet.
"we can't sell Bessie." "Blame your father. He doesn't send enough money to last the month."
Juliet, who was 10 years old, said,
"That isn't lazy."
"Shut up, you foolish girl," Mother said.
"When I want your opinion, I'll ask for it."
Juliet looked ready to burst into tears. I know she's not very nice. Jacques gave her a hug and told her it would be all right. Yeah, he's a good big brother, isn't he? Yeah, I think so too.
"But what are we going to do?"
she asked in a plaintive voice. "We'll come up with something," Jacques said quietly. "We always do." Gertrude Grundy told them to
"Sell Bessie to the butcher, Mr. Stone, and no one else."
Jacques nodded.
"Nobody else. Do you understand, boy?"
Jacques again nodded. When it came to their mother, the fewer words, the better.
Mr. Stone will give you a fair price for her, Gertrude said. But you have to start at 300 quid.
You know, quid is, it's like the British or English equivalent of $1. So it's like $300.
But you have to start at 300 quid. Do not sell her for less than £250. Do you understand?
And pounds are the same as like quid, as like a, it's the same as a quid, or like £1 is like the same as $1. Yeah, it's just British money. So yeah.
So don't sell her for less than £250. Do you understand?
Jacques assured her he understood, but it bothered him. He didn't want Bessie to go to the butcher. It was a long way to town, and the sun was hot. Halfway there, Jacques came upon a gypsy. The woman looked to be absolutely ancient, like the gnarled oak tree beneath which she had taken shelter from the sun.
Going to sell your cow?
The gypsy said, eyeing Bessie. The old woman stood next to a wagon. It had a ragged top that looked as old as her. On the side of the wagon, in faded letters, barely legible, Jacques made out the words, "Mysteries for sale. Magic lies within." He was trying to make sense of it. He was trying to make sense of it when the woman said,
"Wait a minute, boy."
She turned and rummaged around in the wagon. Turning back to him, she held a small black bag.
"I will give you these in exchange."
Well, not this, but imagine that Mr. Octopus was a little black bag.
"I will give you this in exchange for your poor cow."
"I need at least £300, Jacques replied. She smiled in a strange way. She looked up and down the road, and then she stepped in close and leaned in. She spoke in a whisper.
"I swear to you, on my grandmother's grave, these are worth far more than £300.
They were large, brown beans of a type he had never seen. "Nope," Jacques said. "Those aren't even enough for a meal."
"A meal?"
the woman said.
"Strange. I didn't take you for a fool. Perhaps I misjudged you."
"You'll have to do better than that," Jacques replied.
"These, young man, are magical beans. They will provide many meals and so much more. But do not eat them. Do that, and you will surely die."
"What good are they if you can't eat them?" Jacques asked.
"Good question," she replied. "What would someone who lives on a farm do with beans they can't eat?"
She was being a little mean to Jacques, I think.
"I don't know," Jacques said. "Plant them?" There may be hope for you yet. Of course you plant them. And then?"
She regarded him with crafty eyes.
"And then?"
he said. The old crone almost smiled.
"And then you behold a miracle."
"Really?" Jacques said. "Then where would it be?"
"Where it always is," she replied. within that which the miracle makes possible.
And what exactly is that? Jacques asked, for he was a practical boy and skeptical beyond his years. Yeah, skeptical means he wasn't taking this gypsy woman's word that she had magic beans. I mean, if somebody offered you a bag of magic beans, you would be a little questioning too, right? Yeah, right. And which Jacques is. He's being skeptical, which is, I think, a good thing. Where were we? Okay. Back to the woman.
What do you most want? The woman asked. More than anything in the whole world.
I want to feed my family, Jacques replied immediately.
Very good, the old woman said, and so you shall.
Jacques knew he couldn't trust this woman, but he wanted very much to believe her. I'll suppose you plan to eat Bessie, he said. The woman gave the cow an affectionate pat on the neck.
Young man, I could never eat my sister. I will care for her and treat her with love, and she will likewise care for me.
It was her promise to care for Bessie that got to Jacques. He simply couldn't bring himself to sell her to the butcher. The closer Jacques drew to home, the more he dreaded seeing his mother. He knew the gypsy woman had lied to him. Clearly the beans were worthless. And he didn't believe in magical nonsense. He did believe her warning, however. The beans might well be poisonous. Well, he said quietly as he approached the house, if she beats me for saving Bessie's life, I guess it was worth it. Bessie's been good to us. She doesn't deserve the butcher. Chapter 2. The 2,579th Wonder of the World. But we're gonna wait on Chapter 2. That's right. Are you getting sleepy? You want to know what happens? Well, I bet you can guess what happens with those beans. What do you think happens? You think a giant beanstalk grows? Well, I think you're right. I think there is a giant beanstalk that's going to come out of the ground pretty soon. Do you think Jacques is going to climb it? Yeah, me too. I bet Jacques climbs all the way to the top. Do you think he goes up into the clouds? Yeah. That's right, he does. And he has wild adventures. But we'll get to that. Maybe tomorrow night. For now, you need to go to sleep. Mr. Mittens, what should they do right now?
You should definitely go to sleep. You look so tired right now. You could definitely use a kiss and a nap. Cover your eyes and go to sleep. That's what I think you should do.
Do you love Mr. Mittens?
Oh, good. I love you too so much. So, I'm sleepy though. So tired. I really think we should go to bed. Let's go to bed. Okay. Alright. So,
Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Shh, shh.